Well, greetings, YouTube model people. How's it going? Okay, coming at you here with an update regarding a project I'm working on exclusively. There is nothing else I'm really working on the bench right now. And boy, am I having a blast with this project. And this is my Christmas build. It's going to be part of HLI, HobbyLink International's group builds of Christmas build that they always have. So I'll be posting up some pictures and updates there on their forum here soon. But yeah, this is the kit. It's actually an HL scale replica of the Christmas Story house. Just as a heads up, this is an awesome little kit. They also, I believe the same company offers it in N scale, which is really small. But just a heads up on as far as the colors they show you in the picture here, is not accurate to the actual house. So definitely do your research on what it is. There are certainly plenty of walk around videos of people who visited this Christmas Story house, because you can go visit it if you like any time of year, really. It's open all year, so definitely check it out. It's on my bucket list to go see it someday. And then I think across the street from that house is a house they turned into like a museum of like the movie props and things like that. But all that aside, basically, let me just show you what we've been doing. It's been lots and lots of hand painting with craft paint. I'm going to get their name of their channel here and put it in a future update to this project. But I cannot thank enough a gentleman who had done the N scale version of this house, and his color call outs were craft paints, were apple barrel craft paints, and boy, is that color scheme really accurate to what the actual house colors are. So as you can see here, here's the house here. That looks a little odd, but that's where the porch overhang roof, or whatever you could say, porch roof, and that's the main front window there where the famous lake lamp sits out. So I wouldn't want to tell you how many times I went over this with this yellow paint, but that yellow paint is very close to the color of the actual house. I did kind of make it difficult on myself because this is all in Tamiya primer, gray, light gray, and then I had to color the yellow over the gray. But I wanted to take the brightness of the yellow down just a little bit from what it was out of the bottle. And yeah, it took, you can imagine, it took quite a bit of brush painting, and that's all I did was brush paint this, which was a ton of fun actually, very therapeutic for me. But it took a lot of passes of paint to get this to cover the gray. But I think it came out really nice with all the, with all that buildup of the color. The bottom of the house here, the foundation, that's also the gray that everything is going to be. I'm going to be going around though with a gray wash, a very light gray wash. I have to be very careful. Sometimes I get heavy-handed with washes, and just kind of put a gray wash over the steps and the little, the brick or this cinder block, I guess that's what I'm trying to say, with a little bit of a wash to bring out more detail. This is actually yellow to match the house. A little bit of this framing here in the front and on the side, so I've been working on that here. I think that's just about good to go. Also, one of the posts, just to give you an idea what each piece looks like. Again, that's going to get a gray wash as well, but then one of the posts, I have all of them are completed, but there's just an example of one of them. And then what I've been doing is, these are some of the railings. They have to be, the yellow has to be painted on there yet, but there's the green, and then some of the yellow railing that goes around the front of the porch. I've been putting them in, basically been taping these down to pieces of cardboard, and then primer, and then either gray or white primer, depending on the color, and then hand painting. So here's a good example. Here are the windows, not the window frames, because they actually give you window frames and windows both to use, which is very detailed. So what I've been doing is taping them here, which you can see with blue tacky tape, primer, painting them, and then going in and hand brush painting them. And again, it's takes a lot of patience to do all that hand painting because, craft paints, and these are apple barrel craft paints. It takes quite a few passes for good coverage, but it's been very therapeutic in many ways to do it. And, you know, I think you've heard me on and off over the last year or two, at least, talking about wanting to get more into figure painting. Well, that's why, because figure painting to me is, there's no more relaxing part of this hobby than just painting. It's actually quite, as I said, relaxing and therapeutic. So here's a nice little section that I did of the house in the back, bringing the green with the yellow, and it really starts to get you kind of the idea of what it's going to look like. So that's really, and the gray roof, of course. So that's really coming together very nicely. So that's the motivator. There is trim pieces that go with this house. I haven't figured out exactly where the trim pieces go, but we will in due time. But even if we do have trim pieces, the behind the trim piece needs to be the green to support it. So that's it, folks. Sorry, this update's kind of weird. I kind of haven't done one in a while. So, you know, I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, I hope you find time this weekend to get out and get into your model bench and do some work at some point. And yeah, have a great weekend. Okay, cheers.